Yes.
Who is on the next edition of the Chronicles of Podcast? This week?
This week we have joining us a wonderful, wonderful gentleman who stole our hearts just a tad little bit in this interview.
I want it back.
Give it back. Yeah, this man is part of the greatest sequel movie of all time. I'm going to put it out there. It possibly is the greatest sequel movie of all time.
Okay.
He played the one and only Private Frost in Aliens. It's Mr. Ricco Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
This is great. This is great. I really hope you've put the school story in this trailer because that blew my fucking mind.
Yep.
And the fact that they still haven't changed it is mental.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll see in a minute. But no, Rico was wonderful, so lovely. Fair play. His arms are obviously made of steel, having to hold a phone for an hour and a half. You could tell though, because of the amount of times it's passing back and forth. It's like, you're getting tired of this. I did say you could go home first, but who am I to judge?
But if you see the man, those arms are 24-inch pythons. He's fine. He's fine. Don't worry. He's fine. He's fine. But no, this is incredible. Rico is absolutely amazing. We love talking to this guy. He's done so much in his career. And now, like a lot of people who are working towards a twilight of their career, are passing that knowledge on, are helping the future generation of filmmakers and actors. And it's beautiful to see. It is absolutely stunning to see. But he looks at us and says, have a story, my brothers, and tells them like this.
My father and mother split up, and then we left Illinois and we moved to Florida, and we moved to this area called, believe it or not, we moved to Fort Lauderdale, but at that time they were busing people, so they bused me to a school called Plantation. And coming from, dude, I'm telling you the truth, a school called Plantation. That was the name of the and I didn't want to move to the South anyway, and then to go to a school called Plantation wasn't high on my list.
Not that.
I am telling you the God's honest truth. And
then he walks out to the stage, turns and said, "How can I compare thee to a summer's morn?" And then says things like this.
I remember thinking that the drop speech when we do the drop and Bill has this speech where he starts talking all the shit, and you really think that he's like gonna go down there and do some really hero stuff. I remember thinking, I don't believe him. I don't believe he's the badass that he's saying he is. And I did not know that Cameron wanted that to show through, that this guy was really not the hero that he sounds like he is, even though he ended up dying heroically. And so I would say that Bill was a perfectionist. So
and then with a perfect British accent, he simply says, "I love you, Heath," and other things like this.
And keep in mind, these uniforms were, you had your fatigues, but over the fatigues you had these metal armor plates. And so I scratch it hard into my armor plate, and then I'm putting the mother of my kid's name, I'm scratching her name in there, right? And as I'm scratching it in, her name is Heather. I realize halfway through, I don't have enough room to write Heather. so I've already started. I can't go back, man. I can't erase it. This is fucking metal you're scratching in. It's one uniform. This is it, bro. And so I just left the ER off and called her, because I did call her Head for short. But people read it and they see Heath, and they want to know who is Heath. So
that's right, guys. The Chronicles of Ricco Ross, out this Friday at 6 p.m. at UK time.
Be there, or be egg-shaped, like the eggs from Aliens.
Is that the noise they make?
It is now.
Oh, fair. There we are. So James Cameron, whoever else is making an alien movie, that's how your aliens now sound. But Jamie, to be quite honest with you, I'd much prefer just to be a triangle.
Nice and simple. I like it.